Hey everyone, we're back with the Great Ace Attorney. Last time we got to the second summation examination, and I mean the killer's got to be Eggert Benedict now. I hate saying that name, right? I had a theory, came up with it last night. Like Wintervink was shot diagonally, right? Do you think like he was underneath the floorboards and shot him? He's like, remember, Holmes kind of leaked the whole thing with the bank going underground stuff, but because I don't think he was in the store. Like I don't know. Oh yeah, what else I should talk about? It's weird. It's about YouTube analytics, right? For some reason, after episode 20, my view count went suddenly down, and then when I started uploading Fate Grand Order again, which was like before I had to put a hiatus on it, right? I was getting probably like, I don't even know, like 5 views in like the first day, and then it kind of slowly, gradually went up. Maybe 5. That's like, it depended on the video, right? Like, if it was like a good part, it might get more. If it's a boring part, it might like, get none, or you know. Oddly, so Ace Attorney before episode 20 was pretty regularly getting into the double digits, like into 20-30 views, right? But now it's like single digits, like the YouTube algorithm is out to get me or something. Maybe like after it sees 20 videos in a row, it's like, okay, yeah, that's enough. You don't need any more. That's my assumption, right? Because like even like case 3's investigation, which and case case 4, sorry, that was getting like decent views, right? Like double digits. But then the second case, the trial started, which I would consider to be like the what people would rather watch than the investigation, right? Like at least I don't know how people watch these videos, but at least in my head, the parts I would want to see the most are like the climax leading to the truth, and like, you know, kind of seeing people figure out the truth in the trial, right? That's like the highlights. The investigation is just what you kind of put up with, and maybe you skim through it a little. But it's the opposite, and I don't know why. Other than algorithm. And maybe that's why like I returned to Fate Grand Order after not uploading it for a couple months, which is why the algorithm was like, oh, this is new, this is fresh, let's promote this. And like it's been doing very good. Like the first one back had like 50 views on it, I think. It was like, for me, that's nuts. Once a yoke, always a yoke, I say. Never breed to us law-abiding citizens. I did not check how much hard drive space I have today. Hold on. I think I might be very low. Oh no, okay, 8 gigs, I'm good. As only 2 bullets are found at the scene, I'd say the whole case is done and dusted. You don't need a stereoscope to see the truth here. Every which way you look at it, it was that pickpocket. Is this gonna be the guy that operated on Holmes? Never imagined that simple operation would cause me such grief. The accused attempted a theft on the previous day. I'm in for a busy day ahead. I'm a ballistics expert. I've seen many shootings. There's nothing I do not know about guns. Okay, that's gonna be relevant. Seems there's little remaining room for doubt. I have to admit, I was rather bowled over by the argument put forward by the chap in black. But when that fell apart like a house of cards, I thought I'd jolly well have been hoodwinked. Well, no more. The whole courtroom's turning against me. Not fair. Myers? Prosecutor's being mean. Just because Jenny's done something she shouldn't have done in the past, that doesn't make her a murderer. Allow me to savor this fruity vintage while I savor the spectacle of your fruitless debate on the matter. Shut up. Here's to the truth coming out. Eventually. That's enough preamble. Counsel, proceed with the summation examination. Slap those cheeks. Yes, my lord. That wasn't intended to be like, it's not. Don't be weird about that. The defense is rebuttal. Okay. We're going first. Surgeon.
Hold it!
Would you please stop muttering about things that have nothing? Oh, he doesn't know. The old guy always has stuff relevant to the case. When his life is on the line. Well, the thing is, I can only say that it has nothing to do with this trial, to be honest. Oh, Sholmes. Huh? I mean, there's no question the man was shot. Well, it simply vanished from his stomach. Was he not shot and he did surgery anyway? Quite inexplicable, don't you think? Almost don't want to ask, but this surgery you've been muttering about all this time. You were operating on... What was the fellow's name now? Hurlich? No, Hurlock? Oh, Hairlock? Hairlock Sholmes by any chance? Yes, good lord! I wonder what that joke is in Japanese. Because they call him Sherlock there, right? How do they... What's the pun there? It's that airlock fella. What? You're the surgeon that operated on Mr. Sholmes? That's right. You're using the very latest anesthesia techniques, I might add. It's a fairly major op, I can tell you. Okay, so he was actually operated on. This is crazy. Let me see. That fellow was brought in not long after midnight, if I remember correctly. And even shot by some criminal or other. So I opened him up like a shot. Funny thing is, went over his insides with a fine-tooth comb. Couldn't find the bullet anywhere. Right, I had to throw out my hands and just stitch the fellow back up. He pretended to be shot. I did state the obvious, but yes. Surely that's because the bullet is still at the scene of the shooting. Counsel for the defense is correct. Clearly shown in this photographic print. Bullet that the skulking brothers fired at Mr. Sholmes hit him in the stomach region. It's going to turn out that it didn't pass through. And exited his body and lodged into a shop wall where the calendar was hanging by the door. I think you'll find it's really quite simple if you just consider the problem three-dimensionally. Although that's really high up to be shot in the stomach. Who do you think I am, son? Well, jury number 4 is the best I can do. As soon as I saw the wound in the stomach, I flipped him over. Pancake? Saying that you checked his back? Of course I did. There wasn't a trace of injury. No sign the bullet had left the body at all. What? That's the point. The only logical conclusion was that the bullet was still somewhere in the man's innards. Exactly why I set about slicing him up. Do you think when Sherlock and Susato were alone, Sherlock had Susato stab him in the stomach so that it would look like he had been shot? I would not put it past that man. Still none the wiser, even now. How many times do I have to say it? Somebody please explain how it happened. Somebody please solve the mystery. Almost as much of a mystery as how the jury was put together. That update his testimony? Okay. Where's an expert when you need one? Do you think we have to press him first? I mean, it kind of feels like we could pit him now, but let's play it safe. It's gonna be a long trial. We need that HP. I think you said you were just a tourist. A revolutionary tourist. Good day, I'm visiting. Like, yeah. No, he's just a wizarding tourist. You're a ballistics expert? Who knew? Much experience with guns. Lived through many, how do you say? Extreme, violent bath of, no blood of... extreme violent bloodbaths, perhaps? Those! Extremely violent bloodbaths. English is very difficult. I think the sort of people you associate with, especially you still have a tongue. Anyway, if you have questions about bullets and guns, you ask me. Nothing I do not know. No mystery it cannot solve. Big confident in his knowledge of guns, that's for sure. Possible, please, only in Russian language. Not very confident in his knowledge of English, though, is he? Bear it in mind. Okay. No! Oh, yeah, he quoted. Okay, pin them against each other.
Objection!
Those two statements clearly contradict the idea that all I do is pit jurors against each other. Oh, a ballistics expert. Hitting ITT. Oh, that's the character in Super Smash Brothers. The night in question, Mr. Sholmes was shot by one of the Skulkin brothers. Since there's no sign of an exit wound on his back, we must assume the bullet didn't pass through him. For no bullet was found lodged in Mr. Sholmes' body either. Furthermore, a bullet was found lodged in the wall of the shop where Mr. Sholmes was shot. Jury number 6. Hello, my name is Villain. Pleased to meet you. The apparently contradiction in the facts that is so clearly troubling jury number 4. Are you able to explain the mystery? I have seen very similar situation in Motherland. Yeah. There was night. There was blizzard. Turning away along mountain road and freezing cold. Golly. Snow was piling high on both sides of the road. Very narrow and dangerous. Tourists had hunting rifles. They're on dog sleds. I told them, don't ask too many questions. A shot from behind and I fell down in snow. The situation was very similar to what I hear today from doctor. Not find bullet in my body. And no sign of, how do you say, exit wound. Then, where did the bullet go? Bullet never hit me. It never hit you? Why did you fall down? I actually don't know how that would work. Bullet hit frozen wall of ice very close to my side. Oh, so it hit something else and it ricocheted into him? What? One small piece, very sharp, broke away from a lump of ice and pierced my body. A deep wound that looks just like bullet wound. Good gracious. Of course, a piece of ice quickly melted inside me. That is solution to mystery of disappearing bullet. They brought up the ice cube! I bring it. That's a classic like riddle I bring up all the time in other playthroughs. I forget what it. I know I was editing something recently and saw it. It's like someone hung themselves, right? And all that's in the room is a puddle of water. How do they do it? And you know they're standing on an ice cube. I remember I was editing something and I just kept bringing that up. I was like, why am I bringing that up all the time? but that doesn't answer the question at all. Shooting happened in a pawnbroker shop. That's some snowy mountain road in another country. Just an idea. We might not be looking at exactly the same here. You know? Where exactly was Hurley shot again? Well, according to the report, in his stomach. Sort of around this area, I think. Well, precisely where he always wears a little pouch on his belt. Oh. Pouch? Actually, I might have noticed something like that. It's a pouch. Where he keeps 3 glass vials of very dangerous chemicals that he uses in his investigations. Oh, he poisoned himself. Really? Doctor, where is the pouch Mr. Sholmes was wearing? Well, I happen to have it on me right now, actually. I kept it. I stole it. I'm a kleptomancer, too. Well, nothing like that on his body. And his person when he arrived at the hospital, as far as I remember. If I may. What, Van Ziggs? Why do you have it? Well, he realizes it is forbidden for the prosecution to interject during summation examination. But inform the defense that I have the pouch in question in the antechamber outside the courtroom. Sorry? Bailiff, go get it! As I understand it, the police arrived on the scene and found Mr. Sholmes injured. They removed the pouch in order to assess the wound. Oh, thank goodness! Thought I was getting forgetful for a moment. He left that inside of him. The sentence has been in my safekeeping along with all other evidence relating to the case. He personally vouched for the fact that it has not been touched since the incident occurred. Very well. While extremely unconventional during a summation examination, must demand the prosecution presents the item in question with all speed. Bring forth Mr. Herlock Sholmes' pouch. I see. Oh, hey, where'd that one go? And they are bullet shaped, like. This is the pouch worn by Mr. Sholmes on the night in question, is it? Look at that, like if it was pushed in at the right, like. One of the files is broken and the leather around it is scorched black. It's almost as if the file exploded. Exploded? So that night, bullet from the Muskulkin brothers' gun struck Mr. Sholmes' pouch. It was the glass file exploding that caused the fellow's injury. Bullet did not penetrate victim, just deflected into a wall of shop. Oh, I guess that does mean it's the bullet. Delightfully complex aroma. Well, it would appear one mystery has been solved at least. Though it has no bearing on the truth of this case. The bungling and burgling brothers shot the detective, and the accused shot the pawnbroker. Pertinent facts of the case remain unaltered. Unless the bullet is in the file. At least the mystery is solved. I can sleep easy tonight. Thank you, young man. Wanna go not guilty for a little bit, since you like me? Thank you very much. Glad I could help. Due to its bearing on the conundrum is solved, the court will sequester the scruffy pouch as evidence. Or at least pouch isn't scruffy? This pouch has been in. Okay, we gotta examine it. Bullet. Is that a bullet? Wait, that's a bullet. Vial's been smashed to pieces. Presumably this is where the bullet struck. Big explosion? Those potions and chemicals are amazingly useful for the investigation. They're also tricky to handle. Safely, at least. I don't think Sherlock Holmes used like vials of chemicals in the novels, did he? Did he? I've always walked on the right side of home. So left is the danger zone. I want right there. Really scorched badly just here. Strap is broken. Look. Must be where the bullet hit then. Let me see. What the? Iris, look! And where the broken vial was. Do you see it? Oh, that's Skulking Brothers' bullet. Broke a luck that it hit this pouch. It's an amazing discovery. What this means is, just 3 bullets fired at Windibanks that night. And exactly what that juror was talking about, the 3rd bullet. Time to press that juror again, I think. Okay. I wonder, anything unusual about it? Dented. Assume that's pretty normal for bullets that are fired. Okay. Fear the defense is somewhat struggling to alter your opinion, huh? Please, a little more time. After all, that's a new piece of evidence. I have a valuable clue. No way to turn this around somehow. And it's the maid, right? I guess we have to press her? The number of bullets? Yeah. Sometimes after dining, crockery does go missing. But okay. There's another bullet somewhere which we're unaware. Reconsider my opinion. I can prove it. I assume after this we don't have to pit more people against each other. Like, smug. Here it is. We discovered it just now. Yes, on the night in question in Windibank's pawnbrokery, another bullet was fired. What is this new trickery, you Nipponese conjurer? Where did you find that bullet? I mean, it is kind of sketchy that like they didn't see us do that, so we could have just, you know, pulled a bullet out of her pocket. Hey, look what I found in here, guys. Lodged inside Mr. Sholmes' pouch. What? Pouch was removed from around Mr. Sholmes' waist before he was taken to the hospital. Since then, it's been touched by no one. Do you mean to say the shot fired by the Skulking Brothers that night? Yes, so your lordship has surmised it hit this pouch. But that makes no sense whatsoever. We already know the whereabouts of the bullet fired at Mr. Sholmes. It's clearly visible in this photographic print. See, the thing is, if Edgar Benedict was underneath the floorboards, how did he get shot? Ah! 2 guns fired at the scene have already been submitted to the court record as evidence. Yes, that is of Mr. Windibank and that belonging to the Skulking Brothers. Examination of both guns revealed that only a single bullet had been fired from each. Ah! But that must mean it's a stereoscope. That's it. That's right. We now know that on the night in question, 3 bullets were fired. However, only 2 bullets were fired from the guns recovered from the crime scene. Now that incontrovertible inconsistency somehow explained, we cannot and must not pass judgment. Ah! Ah! He just got shot! Luckily, it wasn't a silver bullet. He's fine. Order! 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 While this summation examination remains incomplete, the court has been presented with new facts. Facts that would appear to shake the very foundations upon which the case against the defendant has been built. Oh, Van Zieks doesn't like that. This is my prerogative in this situation. Hereby temporarily suspend the summation examination. Hey, Jupiter! What? You're allowed to do that? Bailiff, bring the witnesses back to the stand at once. Oh, hey, they got all 3 brothers. Witnesses? Governor? Were you listening to proceedings while the defense carried out the summation examination? We was, Governor, we was. Perhaps we can dispense with a tedious preamble. Simply answer this one question. A 3rd bullet has been identified at the scene of the crime. What do you make of that? Make of it, Gump? I don't make nothing of nothing if I can help it. Is it one of yours? Court blimey, Gov, court blimey, not a chance. In that case, did you have an accomplice? What, What? Never! Skulkin brothers work alone. Just the two of us, that's our trademark. They didn't mention a he before. How soon did we forget poor Sulky? Where is Sulky anyway? Only 2 of the bullets from the crime scene originated from the firearms we have in evidence. The 3rd bullet was fired from another gun. Where is it? Lummy. There's an head scratcher. Counsel for the defense? Yes? I should like to hear your thoughts regarding these new developments. The 3rd bullet, the mysterious missing firearm from whence it came. Looking back over all the testimony we've heard and all the evidence we've seen, we've started to form a picture of what really happened that night. I think it's clear that what this 3rd bullet tells us about the Skulkin brothers. I think it has nothing to do with them. Like, there is a he mentioned, but I don't think they were aware he was there. I believe it has nothing to do with them. That's right. Yeah, nothing to do with us, Gov. We've established that 1 bullet was fired from each of the 2 guns already known to the court. Logical conclusion, therefore, is that on the night in the question of Mr. Windibank's pawnbrokery, there's another person present in possession of a 3rd firearm. So the brothers may have nothing to do with the 3rd gun or the bullet fired from it. Inconceivable, but they had nothing to do with the 3rd man. Yes, brothers who were working with an accomplice who was carrying a gun. Could you have chosen the accomplice line then? An accomplice, you say? Pig's will. What? Is that British? Someone translate that? These protracted proceedings have already forced us to endure 2 summation examinations. Yet in all that time, there's not been a murmur of a 3rd man. It's apparently wraith-like being exists. The court must be shown hard evidence. Out of this fantasy will be crushed. Probably the blood report? Prosecution demands answers on 2 counts. Firstly, proof, evidence, this accomplice was ever at the scene of the crime. And secondly, the identity of this spurious character. Vulcans are lying, I know that. But I ascertain the identity of the person they're hiding. Well, counsel, supposed to prove the existence of this accomplice, reveal the person's identity. Response to the prosecution's demands, I'm ready to present answers. It's Edgar Benedict, that's his real name, Your Honor. The defense is ready. I believe I can provide all the answers the prosecution demands. So, my Nipponese friend, despite the swimming eyes, seem to think you have something to say. This promises to be interesting. I have to push forward now, there's no other option. There's every single piece of evidence available to me, but if it'll make a difference. In that case, counsel, I'll ask you to present the evidence without delay. The night in question, the moments leading up to the death of the victim, what proof have you that there's a 3rd intruder? It's gotta be the blood samples, right?
Take that!
The evidence is right here in this portfolio. By Jove, that portfolio again, is it? Yes, it's my, all my sketches, I do them daily. You can commission one for, $40, 40 pounds. 3 guineas, I don't know what a guinea is. You expect the court to rifle through your papers itself, be more specific! Then one of those blood samples proves the presence of this 3rd intruder. Which one is it? Oh yeah, this one. Thanks for already being there. What am I looking at here? There's be some green paint or such like around the bullet hole in the middle of the calendar. That's a bloodstain, my lord. A bloodstain? Yeah, they're a Danganronpa character. Green blood? Curious, even for you. It's the court to understand that the intruder is some kind of unhuman creature. It's something developed by Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Yeah, better say it's him, not Iris. But Iris made it, right? Or did Sholmes? By the great detective. New invention, stop. Not yet appeared in stories, stop. It's this, you see? It doesn't have a name yet, though. Fogger sprays a chemical that reacts with the different elements in people's blood to change its color. Different elements? People's blood? Did Sholmes make it? Yes, everyone's blood is slightly different, you see? It's made up of different elements. So by seeing what color it changes to, you tell in a flash whose blood it is. Ooh, that brings a whole extra dimension to looking at blood. Vodka blood in courtroom? Stop. Very exciting. Stop. As an example, this one shows the blood of the victim, Mr. Windibank. Ah, striking blue. Yeah, so you see the green color of this bloodstain on the calendar shows that somebody else was shot in the main part of their shop. Although, if Edgar Benedict was shot, who shot him? Now hold fire there, young man. Could be from some unrelated incident, couldn't it? No, it's not unrelated. I mean, yeah, someone just happened to bleed on the calendar that day. Date showing on the calendar is the day on which Mr. Windibank was killed. By golly! Therefore, we can assume that whoever was shot on the same day. Whose blood is it? Well, Skulkin brothers in this team don't appear to be suffering from any gunshot injuries. It means it must be the blood of somebody else. A third intruder.
Objection!
Whose identity the court is still waiting to hear. Can't delay this any longer, my learned. Who is it, the alleged third intruder? Please call him Edgar Benedict.
Take that!
The man's name is Edgar Benedict. Edgar Benedict? What are you talking about, counsel? He had a visiting Windibank's pawnbroker in the afternoon before the incident took place, when the accused attempted to deceive the pawnbroker into releasing this article into her possession. Was he arrested? I mean, he did pull a gun on us, so he probably was. That's right. Wait, then how did he get out? The man identified by the defense, Mr. Edgar Benedict. Stop saying it. Then attempted to take the article from the defendant by force. Broker? Oh, yes, sir. I believe this filthy pocket thief was just redeeming an article from me, no? Yes, the article in question belongs to me. Demand to be returned at once. That's a lie. What are you trying to pull? Give me back my overcoat, you wait. Well, needless to say. There we go. Any music box discs do. Inspector Gregson was there at the time and could attest to what happened. In the end, it was the inspector himself who took the disc. Can you corroborate this account, Inspector? Yes, my lord. It's more or less what happened. The interest have been thorough. Asked Windibank for a print shot on the fellow. That's convenient. Taken from one of his red-handed recorder gumminess. 11 a.m. Yes, that's him talking to Mr. Windibank that morning. Claim this man is the brother's accomplice. Well, Mr. Skulkin? Never seen the geezer before in my life. I'm in life, go. I'm in life. Never seen him. Well, somewhat unsurprisingly, the present witnesses disagree with the assertion. I'm sure your lordship recalls my learned Nipponese friend's actual assertion, which was that it could prove the identity of the alleged accomplice. Yes, and I can. Show us the evidence. I agree. You must see proof that the clean-cut gentleman in the photograph is the filthy criminal you say he is. Show the disc. This is the last piece of evidence. A feeling that something has been missing in this trial from the very start. Now, drag it kicking and screaming into the courtroom. I'd say he instead of it. Are you ready to present your answer to the court then, counsel? Yes, my lord. Prince will present the evidence now. Or is he trying to say like the whole McGilded case? Because he did say evidence, but...
Take that!
As I mentioned before, in the afternoon of the day in question, the defendant attempted, deceitfully admittedly, to reclaim this disc from Windibank's. This was when the aforementioned Edgar Benedict appeared on the scene, I believe. The man then attempted to purloin the article from the defendant's possession, no? That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. Following this, that a minor incident. But of course, sir, here's the disc for you. And then he cut himself. And here, we can skip this. Being a music box disc, it has countless small but sharp metal protrusions over its surfaces. Those protrusions caused Mr. Benedict's finger to bleed. The resulting smear of blood is still visible on the disc now. Goodness, a bloodstain, is it? Sister and I have just analyzed the bloodstain here in this very courtroom. Using a trusty... Was nobody like weirded out that she was shooting a big old chemical cloud at in the court? Like, nobody noticed? We added the results to this portfolio. I say, it's green! Exactly the same color as the blood around the calendar. Evidence is conclusive. Man calling himself Mr. Edgar Benedict was in Winterbanks earlier in the day. It's the accomplice who was present at the scene of the crime that same night. So there's someone else there. Look at those two brothers now. Sudden buckets. Oh, who are you talking about? It's boiling in here. My lord, it's the opinion of the defense. Mr. Edgar Benedict, be summoned to the courtroom to testify. Please stop calling him that. Certainly seem that we can ill afford to ignore this gentleman's apparent presence.
Objection!
This has gone on long enough now. The flagrant ignorance of the mechanics of law. Sherlock Holmes, you say? I've heard the name. Protagonist in a series of short stories for the vulgar classes. Got a detection or some such. Actually, he has 2 full novels by this point too. And now you employ... And what do you mean you quoted him earlier? You're a huge Sherlock Holmes fan. Now you employ chemical substances devised by this fantastical persona in the highest court in the land? You expect us to take you seriously? I mean, he has a point. Samples made by this plaything are not fit to be called evidence. So the bloodstain turned a shade of green. What of it? Here's to you successfully proving that no other blood in the world would turn the same color. Also has a point. Well... Oh no, not the boot! And pray, do not even think of suggesting that we should take Mr. Sholmes' word for it. You right? I don't know, I mean, he is a great detective. What are you talking about? We can't let him get away with that. I knew it'd come to this. Of course, Mr. Sholmes' invention isn't going to be recognized by any official body. But what other choice did I have? Just remembering what Father Christmas over there said before. Oh, the Santa. Oh no, he's temporarily suspending the summation examination. Ah, other words? The examination isn't over yet, is it? Good grief, what did you just say, young girl? The summation examination, the decision as to whether or not the trial continues, is in the hands of the 6 jurors, isn't it? So the way I see it, it doesn't matter what certain other people think of Hurley's invention. At least, not for now. Yes, she's right. Young lady, you have quite the devious mind. Really just comes down to one thing. Here we go, we're finally abusing the jury system. Whether these ladies and gentlemen of the jury are convinced by what you say, you know? Is that about right, what do you say? Or did I misunderstand something? Unbelievable, she doesn't even have a bullet count as she know law. Mr. Sholmes' partner is a force to be reckoned with. Iris Wilson, sharpshooter. For that shrewd prickus of the situation from an entirely unexpected source, must be acknowledged that the previous summation examination has yet to reach its conclusion. This is absurd. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court now looks to you for your final leanings in this matter. Proud citizens of Her Majesty's Britain, sure you will come to fair and just conclusions. So then, state your final decisions in turn, please.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty!
Okay, they're going half and half. I was about to ask if... Oh, not half and half, 4-2. Two called guilty and 4 called not guilty. Such is the outcome of the summation examination.
Objection.
My lord, with an all due respect, this is an outrage. Prosecution refuses to accept this decision. On what grounds? I don't like it. These jurors are persuaded by some half-baked concoction devised by a pretender to real police work. And they're too ignorant to be trusted with the judgment of anyone's guilt. Sorry, Lord Van Zeeks, but the outcome of the summation examination cannot be ignored. I am kind of thinking, so someone had to shoot Edgar Benedict, right? Because that's his blood on the wall. What if that was Van Zeeks? Like, who else could have done it? I don't think it was Winterbank. This trial will continue. Ah! Do vampires use guns? Ah! I think vampires could use a gun. Nevertheless, we find ourselves in a rather awkward situation. The defense has very reasonably requested the subpoena of a new witness. Sadly, fear that will be impossible. What? Name the gentleman gave for himself, Egbert Benedict. It's quite clearly false. What? This whole time? I don't believe it. Just when I managed to prove the man was there that night. Could I say something? Is Spectre or who was that, please? Who spoke? It was me, my lord. Oh, hey. Bird number 5. What have you to say, madam? If possible. Spectre. Me, ma'am? I wonder if you might show the photographic print to me again? The one in which the gentleman is shown. Oh, she knows him. Oh, right, yes, this one you mean. This is convenient. Yes, there's no doubt in my mind. Bird number 5, you don't mean to say you know this man? Yes, I know him. What? No! Good gracious! This is convenient. Order! 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 Door number 5, how on earth? I'm a communications officer. Stop. Clearly see. The gentleman in the photograph is Stop. Oh, his name is Mr. Stop. Also a communications officer. Stop. Oh, he works in my office. Stop. Very talented operator, in fact. Stop. Is she into him? He should be in the communications station now. Stop. Tapping away on the telegraph. Stop. Doesn't seem right somehow. Can't put my finger in why, but doesn't feel right. We've had this brought up before, how the jury has been very conveniently chosen. I wonder if that's actually going to be brought up as like a plot point. Suppose we all imagine the accomplice would be some sort of hardened criminal. It's a bit unexpected to find that he's a respectable job by day, whatever he gets up to at night. Suppose that's it. Suppose that's why I felt something was wrong. Gentleman is at London's communication station. Should be able to subpoena him within the hour. Lord Vanzix, if you please. Yes, my lord. Make the necessary arrangements with all haste, as your lordship bids. Court will recess for 1 hour. The new witness arrives. We shall reconvene to hear the gentleman's testimony. Inspector Gregson. Yes, my lord. I'd like to hear from you specifically about events of the pawnbroker and the day in question. Come to my chambers during the recess. Yes, sir, my lord. Very well. Court is adjourned until 1:40 p.m. For free. To be continued. Let's see if there's a if we actually get a recess ourselves, or if we go straight to the court section. If it doesn't go straight to court, I'll do that little bit. This is a little short of a video. 20. Seventeenth of April, 12:40. Okay. Hey, Gina. How you holding up? Starting to feel quite warmly towards your frequent cultural shoulders now. Ginny! Are you alright? Why aren't you saying anything? What's the point, eh? I go to all this trouble and fight so hard for the likes of me. What? You saw that picture? What picture? The one where she was holding a gun. I'd really like to know what that's about. Photograph taken by Hurley's ready-handed recorder. I think I would have captured a scene like this, that's for sure. It's hopeless. Anyone who sees that's gonna think I did it, ain't they? Well, won't pretend it was a bit of a shock when the prosecution first presented it to the court. Surely you've gotta have your doubts about me now. Still can't think I'm innocent. Of course I can. Egbert Benedict exists. Jenny, why don't you talk to us? Tell us what really happened that night. Jonas cleverly managed to piece together a lot of new information, but still, we'd really like to hear it from you. Alright then. After we went out at dinner together at your place, right, Iris? Then we all had a chat up in your office, didn't we? I remember. After that, I just couldn't get to sleep. I slipped out and went down the street to the 2-1, the Windibank's place. I had to know if Iris' story was there or not. Down to the Baskervilles. Don't know what it's about or nothing. If you ask me, there's something in it that Sholmeses don't like. Something what he don't want people reading. That's why he lied to Iris about sticking it to the Lugwood Windibank for safekeeping. At least that's what I thought at the time. He broke into Windibanks. I just had to know if it was there or not. I mean, I had no idea all that was gonna kick off, did I? Struck the lock and snuck inside. It was dark as he like in there. Gave the oil lamp on the counter a bit of a wick. That's when... What do you think you're doing? Ah! Nearly died, I did. Next thing I knew. Grabbed the gun off the counter and was waving in the air like, I don't know what. Ah, you're the girl who's here in the afternoon. The pickpockets went in for armed robbery. The mantlescape. Have you got it here? Chums leave a load of papers with you? Story. I beg your pardon. The Hound of the... something or other. If it's here, I want to see it. Sorry, young lady. I'm not allowed to do that. Shoot me in the head, please. Sooner die than relinquish an article belonging to one of my customers. I don't want it. What would I have to do with it anyway? I just want to see if it's here, that's all. Oh, you want to see it, do you? Want to know if Shum's really pawned it here or not. Please just let me see it and I'll go. Oh, very well then. But for pity's sake, stop waving my gun around, would you? Then the old cove unlocked the storeroom door and we both went inside. It was there, alright, the mantlescape. Chums weren't lying after all. You did all that just to check for me, Jenny? Anyway, and there's a bit of a kick-up out on the main bit of the shop. Skolka brothers arriving on it. What's that noise? Someone's breaking in. Hear me. There's some burglars convention here tonight that I don't know about. I think I forgot to shut the door behind me. Sorry. To go and take care of it. I possibly have my gun back. Oh. I'll come with you and... Now don't be foolish, young girl. You must stay right here. Don't leave this room under any circumstances. He's a cool guy. And with that, took the gun out of my hands and walked back out into the shop. Hung back in the storeroom like he said, straining my ears in the dark to hear what was going on. And like they got into a bit of a scrap. I didn't think I should help, see? I was just about to go to the storeroom myself when... 2 shots. Had a couple of shots go off. 2, I think. Almost at the same time. So, Edgar Benedict got shot at the same time Windibank got shot. Try to imagine how that works out. Then there he was, right at me feet, lying face down on the floor. So, Edgar Benedict... Were they dual wielding? They shot Edgar Benedict and... Windibank? Like, I was trying to imagine how this went down. Or Edgar Benedict shot the guy who shot Windibank. Then he shot him back and it's still in his shoulder, just like Mount Karma. Straight next to the storeroom door, so I slammed it shut and unlocked it quick as you like. That whoever shot Mr. Windibank might come for you. So I went to grab the old cove's gun. I gotta put up a fight at least. When I got a better look at him, I knew. Windibank was a goner. I felt funny in my head all of a sudden, kinda dizzy. After that, I don't remember nothing. That must be when he passed out, Ginny. Gina. Whatever. Right, did he call her Ginny? No, Gina, okay. If I hadn't done what I'd done, Old Cove might still be alive. Tell the police everything you just told us? Of course they did. They didn't believe a word of it, did they? All they said was if I kept telling lies, it'd make things even worse for me. Yeah, we'll double hang you if you keep lying to us. I'll be alright, Jenny, don't worry. Stay strong a little longer. You know about to put the real culprit through the mill. And what was there in the afternoon? That Ager Benedict, stop saying it! Please, stop! Still remember how he looked at me, like I was nothing. He was there that night. We don't know his real name yet. Convinced that he's involved somehow. Anyway, thank you for telling us what happened, Gina. Appreciate your honesty. You what? You leave it on all Yuno's capable hands now, Ginny. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes? How come you trust me? I don't get it. I mean, have you forgotten what happened here before? Come on, it was only 2 months ago. Me and McGilded told you a whole pack of lies. And you got the bog trotter off with him, even though he's a killer. No, I could never forget that. I forgive you though, because you're a cute anime girl. Oh, I did what I thought was best at the time. Pain of that error in judgment doesn't get any easier to bear. Don't forget that I also made you a promise. But you gotta be on your side to the bitter end, no matter what. What if I'm lying? You'd be working to get another killer off the hook for all you know? I was once in your position, Gina. I was the accused in a trial. This is my tragic backstory. But Kazuma was there with me. You were? Before I left Japan, I was accused of murder. Strange as it might sound, the circumstances of the crime were pretty damning. I was sure that no one would believe it wasn't me who'd done it. Oh, you know. But there was one person who stood up for me, who believed in me, is prepared to defend me. My best friend. Ah, they're playing the Kazuma song! Yunosuke, no one believes in you more than I do. Leave this to me. All you need to do is put your faith in me, and I'll do the rest. He's so cool. I was so happy, I cried. But even then, somewhere inside me, I couldn't help thinking, surely he doesn't really believe in me. Not completely. But I was wrong. Look how cool he is! And he's gonna come back in the next 2 to 3 hours. As soon as my trial began, it was obvious that he had an absolute, unwavering belief in me. And in turn, I developed an absolute, unwavering belief in him. So since then, I came to realize, you want someone to believe in you, you have to believe in the other person first. Oh, she's actually like, I'm scared. She's staring straight at us. Oh, I don't like this. Take it away. What are you saying? Promise you, Gina, that no matter what happens, I'll keep believing in you. So you don't need to worry. Won't let you down. Thank you. Even though I'm a diver, I'm no good liar. You're not like McGilded. I know that. Eh? That's right. You're our friend, Jenny. Iris, we know you better than you think. We've come to the conclusion that you're someone who we can trust. Yes, that's really all we need to know. Exactly. There, although crying sound effects. Friend of Gina Lestrade and her legal representative. Hey, we're having an emotional moment here. Can you wait? Court proceedings are about to resume. Please head to the courtroom immediately. Yes, of course. Thank you. That took an hour. Been both a defendant and a defending lawyer in my life. I knew only too well how hard it was to put all your faith in another. I also knew how hard it was to bear the burden of another putting all their faith in you. This is it at last. Final chapter. The final battle. Wish me luck, Suzato-san. Hope you're watching over me too, partner. Okay, we'll call it there. 70th of April, 141. Okay, guys, I think we still have a bit of a way to go to the finale, but it's definitely like gearing up towards it. Okay, I'll see you guys next time when we get to that. Bye.